morning, students. Now we will start the first lesson, laws of motion. In between laws of motion there is some points. First of all we will discuss motion, second one distance and displacement, third one acceleration, and fourth one Newton's laws of motion and related equations. Motion of an object. In which of the following examples can you sense motion? How will you explain presence and absence of motion? So first one is the flight of a bird, second one is a stationary train, third one is leaves flying through air, and fourth one is a stone lying on a hill. We see the motion of several objects every day. Sometimes we cannot see the motion of an object directly, as in the case of a breeze. Can you list other examples of motion besides those given here? Some examples we will discuss: bird, train, air, leaf. Those are some examples of motion. Then you can traveling in a bus. Is the person sitting next to you in the motion? What is the answer of this question? Not in motion. You in motion, person sitting next. Then question number 2. What do you take into consideration to decide if an object is moving or not? Answer is to decide whether on object. Then you have learned that motion is a relative concept. If the position of an object is changing with respect to its surroundings, then it is said to be in motion. Otherwise, it is said to be at rest. So, first point is displacement and distance. You will observe this figure. In between this figure, you will see Sheetal and Prashant's house, Sangeeta's house, school. 500 meter, 1200 meter and 1300 meter. Measure the distance between points A and B in different ways as shown in figure. Answer is do it. Now measure the distance along the dotted line. Which distance is correct according to you and why? Answer is correct. Okay. Then Sheetal first went to her friend Sangeeta's house on her way to school. Prashant went straight from home to school. Both are walking with the same speed. Who will take less time to reach the school and why? Answer is Prashant, because reason is Sheetal distance is 500 plus 1200 is equal to 1700 meter, and distance formula, distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. So speed is equal to distance divided by time. So who will, in the above example, is there a difference between the actual distance and the distance travelled? What is it? Next, distance is the length of the actual path travelled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. Whereas displacement is the minimum distance between the starting and finishing points. Use your brain power. Every morning, Swarali walks round the edge of a circular field having a radius 100 meter as shown in figure. If she starts from the point A and takes one round, how much distance has she walked and what is her displacement? Okay, you will see this figure. In between this figure, this is the circle, circular path. This is class, car, and distance traveled P to Q. Okay, so this is distance and displacement. Point A, P to Q, this distance is divided by 360 meters. Even if the displacement of an object is 0, the actual distance traversed by it may not be 0. Then next point is speed and velocity. What are vector and scalars? Okay, in between speed and velocity, Vectors means not counting. Some subjects we are not counting. And scalars means those substances and those things we are counting. Second question, which of the quantities distance, speed, velocity, time and displacement are scalars and which are vectors? So we are divided into scalar quantity and vectors quantity. Okay. So distance is a scalar quantity. Speed is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. And time is a scalar quantity. And displacement also vector quantity. So speed formula we will see here. Speed is equal to total distance travelled divided by time required. Look at this formula. You will see here speed is equal to total distance travelled divided by time required. The distance travelled in one direction by an object in unit time is called velocity. What is the definition of velocity? Velocity means the distance travelled in one direction by an object in unit time is called velocity. Here unit time can be 1 second, 1 minute and 1 hour. If large units are used, 1 year can also be used as a unit of time. The displacement that occurs in unit time is called velocity. What is the definition of velocity? The displacement that occurs in unit time is called velocity. Velocity, what is the formula of velocity? Velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. Okay, this is the most important formula and we will use this formula for solving examples. Okay, next, the units of speed and velocity are the same. In the SI system, the unit in meter per second, while in the CGS system, its unit is centimeter per second. Then speed is related to distance while velocity is related to the displacement. If the motion is along a straight line, the values of speed and velocity are the same. Otherwise, they can be different. Velocity is the displacement that occurs in unit time. In the first example, the straight line distance between the houses of Sheetal and Sangeeta is 500 meter and that between Sangeeta's house and school is 1200 meter. Also, the straight line distance between Sheetal's house and school is 1300 meter. Suppose Sheetal takes 5 minutes to reach Sangeeta's house and then 24 minutes to reach school from there. Then Sheetal's speed along path A is equal to distance divided by time is equal to 500 meter divided by 5 minutes is equal to 100 meter per minute. Sheetal's speed along path B is equal to distance divided by time is equal to 1200 meter divided by 24 minutes is equal to 500 meter per minute. Sheetal's average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time is equal to 1700 meter divided by 29 minutes is equal to 58.6 meter per minute. Sheetal's velocity. We want Sheetal's velocity is equal to, first of all we will use the formula. What is the formula? Displacement divided by time. And how much their displacement? Displacement is 1300 meter and time is 29 minutes. So when we are use this formula and this figure's quantity is Sheetal's velocity is equal to 44.83 meter per minute. Effect of speed and direction on velocity. Now we will discuss the next point. Next point is effect of velocity and speed and direction on velocity. For example, Sachin is traveling on a motorbike. Explain what will happen in the following events during Sachin's ride. First point, everyone see this figure first of all, effect on velocity. You will see first figure, second figure and third figure also. In between those three figures, we will discuss now what will be the effect on the velocity of the motorcycle if its speed increases or decreases but its direction remains unchanged. In case of turning on the road, will the velocity and speed be same? If Sachin changes the direction of the motorcycle, keeping its speed constant, what will be the effect on the velocity? If on a turning Sachin changes the direction as well as the speed of the motorcycle, what will be the effect on its velocity? It is clear from the above that velocity depends on speed as well as direction, and that velocity changes by changing the speed while keeping the direction same, changing the direction while keeping the speed same, changing the speed as well as the direction. Okay, now we will discuss most three important points. First point is, I will repeat those points. Changing the speed while keeping the direction same. Second point, changing the direction while keeping the speed same. And third point, changing the speed as well as the direction. So this is the effect on velocity. This is most important point. The first scientist to measure speed as the distance per time was Galileo. The speed of sound in dry air is 343.2 meter per second, while the speed of light is about 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. The speed of revolution of the earth around the sun is about 29,770 meter per second. Now we will discuss the next point, uniform and non-uniform linear motion. For example, Amar, Akbar and Anthony are traveling in different cars with different velocities. The distance covered by them during different time intervals are given in the following table. Here is given one table. You will see. Okay. In between this table, what are they given? Time in the clock, first column. Second column is distance covered by Amar in kilometer. Second point, distance covered by Akbar in kilometer. And fourth column is distance covered by Anthony in kilometer. Okay, everyone given, so distance they are covered in kilometer. So we will take here three persons name, Amar, Akbar and Anthony. So first upon time is 5 o'clock. Amar distance covered 0 kilometer, Akbar also 0 and Anthony also 0 kilometer. Then 5:30, Amar distance 20 kilometer, Akbar distance 18 kilometer and Anthony distance 14 kilometer. Then 6 o'clock, Amar distance covered 40 kilometer, then Akbar 36 kilometer and Anthony 28 kilometer distance covered. Then 6:30 Amar is covered 60 kilometer distance, then Akbar covered 42 kilometer and Anthony covered 42 kilometer. Means here Akbar and Anthony distance is same. Then after 7 o'clock Amar covered 80 kilometer distance, then Akbar covered 70 kilometer distance and Anthony covered 56 kilometer distance. Then 7:30 there is a Amar covered 100 kilometer distance, Akbar covered 95 kilometer distance and Anthony covered 70 kilometer distance. Then 8 o'clock there is a Amar covered 120 kilometer distance, Akbar 120 kilometer distance and Anthony covered 84 kilometer distance. Okay, now they are given here one chart. They are disturbing distance covered by Amar, Akbar and Anthony. So in between those three persons they are separate. All distance are not same, those are all separate. So what is the time interval between the nothing of distances made by Amar, Akbar and Anthony? So there is a not same distance, they are all separates. Who has covered equal distance in equal time intervals? Answer is 42 kilometer, 42 kilometer in 6:30 Akbar and Anthony. Then all are distance covered by Akbar in the fixed time intervals the same. No. Next question. Considering the distance covered by Amar, Akbar and Anthony is fixed time intervals, what can you say about their speeds? All speeds are separate and now changing every time. If an object covers equal distance in equal time intervals, it is said to be moving with uniform speed. If an object covers unequal distances in equal time intervals, it is said to be moving with non-uniform speed. For example, the motion of a vehicle being driven through heavy traffic. Then we will discuss the next point. Next point is acceleration. In between acceleration, we will take one example. You will see here. In this example, there is a bat and this is the ball. Okay. Now, channel. Take a 1 kilometer long plastic tube and cut it lengthwise into two holes. Take one of the channel-shaped pieces, place one of its end on the ground and hold the other at some height from the ground as shown in figure. Now you will see this figure. In between this figure, take a small ball and release it from the upper end of the channel. Observe the velocity of the ball as it rolls down along the channel. Is its velocity the same at all points? Observe how the velocity changes as it moves from the top through the middle and to the bottom. So, you must have all played on a slide in a park. You know that while sliding down the velocity is less at the top. It increases in the middle and becomes zero towards the end. The rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. What is meant by acceleration? What is the definition of acceleration? Acceleration means the rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time. We will use this formula for solving the examples. What is the formula? Once again I will repeat. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time. So if the initial velocity of u and in time t it changes to the final velocity v. Acceleration is equal to a is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. We will also use this formula. A is equal to v minus u divided by t. If the velocity of an object changes during a certain time period, then it is said to have accelerated motion. An object in motion can have two types of acceleration. When an object is at rest in the beginning of its motion, what is its initial velocity? Initial velocity is v. And when an object comes to rest at the end of its motion, what is its final velocity? Final velocity is u. If the velocity changes by equal amounts in equal time intervals, the object is said to be in uniform acceleration. If the velocity changes by unequal amounts in equal time intervals, the object is said to be non-uniform acceleration. There is three types of acceleration: positive, negative and zero acceleration. Now we will discuss the positive acceleration, negative acceleration and zero acceleration. An object can have positive or negative acceleration. When the velocity of an object increases, the acceleration is positive. In this case, the acceleration is in the direction of velocity. When the velocity of an object decreases with time, it has negative acceleration. Negative acceleration is also called deceleration. Its direction is opposite to the direction of velocity. If the velocity of the object does not change with time, it has zero acceleration. Distance time graph for uniform motion. So first of all, we will see this chart they are given, and we will use this chart, so making a graph. How to use? Time given second and distance given in meters. So the following table shows the distance covered by a car is fixed time intervals. Draw a graph of distance against time, taking time along the x-axis and distance along the y-axis in figure. Okay. So first of all, you measure the time and distance 0, 0, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30, 45, 40, 60, 50, 75, 60, 90 and 70, 105. So when we draw the graph, first of all we draw x-axis, then y-axis. In between x-axis there is a time measured in seconds, and y-axis there distance in meters. Okay, you will see this graph. In between this graph, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Okay, so we will take here some points. On this x-axis is equal to 1 centimeter and y-axis is equal to 1 centimeter. So distance and time graph we are seen in this figure. They are given measures, so they are increasing. Okay, so graph is made increasing. Then an object in uniform motion covers equal distances in equal time intervals. Thus, the graph between distance and time is a straight line. In the distance time graph above, what does the slope of the straight line indicate? The graph is show slope of the straight line. Then next point is distance time graph or non-uniform motion. The following table shows the distance covered by a bus in equal time intervals. Draw a graph of distance against time, taking the time along the x-axis and distance along the y-axis. Does the graph show a direct proportionality between distance and time? So time we are measure in second and distance we are measure in meter. Same process. Now we will see the first graph. So same graph, distance time graph. So you will see this chart also. They are given time, okay, and distance in meter. So first of all we draw here x-axis and then after y-axis. In between y-axis we are taking time in seconds and x-axis we are given distance in meter. So we will draw here graph. So this graph is not straight line graph. Okay. So here the distance changes non-uniformly with time. Thus the bus is having non-uniform motion. What difference do you see in the distance time graphs for uniform and non-uniform motion? This is the question, and answer is we are shown difference there. First of all, uniform motion there is a straight line graph we are drawn, and non-uniform motion there is a no straight line graph, whereas some graphs is curved. Okay, so then next point is velocity time graph for uniform velocity. In between, a train is moving with a uniform velocity. of 60 kilometer per hour for 5 hours. The velocity time graph for this uniform motion is shown in figure. Look here in this graph. Here is a x-axis and here is a y-axis. Okay. There is a x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 hour and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. So in between x-axis time counted in hours, velocity time graph, and y-axis there is a velocity kilometer per hour. So they are giving T1 time is measured, T2 time also measured, and A, B, C and D. So this is the rectangle prepare. Okay.